Hello students, welcome back in a new video. As usual, we are going to discuss a cue card. A cue card which could be troublesome for some students. For some students, it could be troublesome. Troublesome. It could be trouble. It could trouble them. What is it? Describe a time you had a disagreement with someone. एक क्यों कार्ड बोलना है जब आपका किसी के साथ डिसएग्रीमेंट हुआ है. Who was the person? वो पर्सन कौन था जिसके साथ आपका डिसएग्रीमेंट हुआ? Why did you have the disagreement? क्यों हुआ? Was the issue resolved? Was the issue resolved at the end? क्या अंत में वो जो डिसएग्रीमेंट था, असहमति थी, वो रिजॉल्व होगी? इफ यस, हाउ? अगर हुई तो कैसे? And how you felt about it when everything was over? How did you feel? How did you feel? So we will discuss three things: cue card, certain vocabulary words, good words of C1 or C2 level words, and follow-ups at the end of this video. So stay tuned with me till the end of this video, and also subscribe to this channel if you are new to it. Let's start this. So what could be the situation? There could be numerous situations. बहुत सारी situations हो सकती हैं. But first of all, start with a background. What it could be about? It could be agreements and disagreements. So I have a story when I and my friend had two options on the weekend. One, the latest movie Avengers and the game, and the live concert of my favorite singer Stinder Sartaj. He wants me to go to see the Avengers and the game, and I was thinking of going to attend the live concert of Stinder Sartaj. So first of all, let's start with the background. Agreements and disagreements are a part of our everyday life. We generally encounter agreements and disagreements in our day-to-day life. I have also faced the same situation numerous times, but here I would like to talk about a specific situation when I and my friend Hartaj had two options on the weekends. One, latest Hollywood movie Avengers Endgame, and secondly, there was a live concert of my favorite Punjabi singer Stinder Sartaj. He was trying to convince me to go to see the latest Hollywood movie Avengers the Endgame, and I was trying to convince him to go to see or attend the live concert of Stinder Sartaj. And firstly, I realized that but one thing was sure, that neither of them was going to be alone. Means it was quite clear that we would go together because he's my best friend. We would go together. Either we go to watch the movie or to attend a live concert of the singer. So no doubt we use different kind of arguments, but at the end I gave just one argument which convinced my friend Hartaj, and that was that this movie, Avengers the Endgame, will be there at least for a week, maybe for a month, or maybe more than a month. But we have only one particular day, one opportunity to attend the live concert of Stinder Sartaj. And this was for the first time that he was having a live concert in our hometown. And secondly, I gave him one thing more, that if he would go with me, I would pay for the whole. So I was able to convince him somehow. We went to the concert, listened to the songs, melodious song of Stinder Sartaj, danced. We met several other friends there, clicked photos, and even took the autograph of our favorite singer. And at the end of the day, he was quite happy that we went there. And next weekend, we went to see the movie. It was also a fantastic movie. So, this was a time when I had a disagreement with my friend, but fortunately, I was able to convince him. So, this was a situation. Okay, who was the person? Person was Hartaj, my best friend. Why did you have the disagreement? Because we had two options. One, he wanted to see the Avengers Endgame, and I wanted to attend. Was the issue resolved? Yes, it was resolved. I was able to convince him with my argument that we may be able to watch the movie later, but we would not get a chance to attend the live concert of this singer again in my city. And how you felt? I was glad that we went together and enjoyed the concert. Okay, certain words, good words you can convince. किसी को मनाना, convince कर देना. I convinced him to go there. Dispute, dispute, झगड़ा दो के बीच में. Okay, persuade, the same thing, convince and persuade. किसी को मनाना. I persuaded him to follow me. I persuaded him to watch a movie. Escalate, to increase, बढ़ा देना. Encounter, face. Encounter, it could be noun as well as verb. Encounter, the police. It was the police encountered. The police encountered him. And argument, I think, is the same. Okay, so let's move on to follow up. First one. If there is a disagreement, what do you do? What is your strategy to deal with it if you have a disagreement with someone? What do you do? आप क्या करते हो जब किसी के साथ disagreement होता है? Okay, I'm a very cool-headed person. My first priority is to listen the person out, to listen to that person completely, so that he ensures that I'm listening to him and I'm trying to understand him. Because when a person sees that the person, I'm just trying to convince him and I'm not listening to him patiently, then there are very less chances of agreements at the end. So first, I listen to the person very patiently. One thing. And second, I try to understand whatever the person is saying that is logically right. But if there is something which can be altered or which is wrong, then I give my own point of view and try to reach an agreement. Try to reach an agreement. And if we are able to reach an agreement, then it's well and good. But if I find the person is still sticking to his viewpoint, then I try to step back because sometimes it is better to step back rather than continuing it or escalating it or turning it into a fight. I think it is one of the strategies to deal with these such situations and to make the life easier. Okay, how can we stop disagreement from escalating into fight? What can be done so that the disagreement doesn't result into a fight? I have two or three strategies to deal with it. One, when I think that the situation is getting out of hand, so first I take the decision of not uttering a word. I don't utter a word, one thing. Secondly, I take a glass of cold water. Third, I start counting from 50 to 1 in a reverse order. And when I calm down, the other person has to think twice what he was saying. Because when we come to heated arguments, then it will definitely escalate. But if one of the persons gets a bit silence and listens to other, then there are chances of the issue resolving. So this is what I do, and most of the time I'm successful. Most of the time I'm successful. Okay, who do you think should teach children to respect teachers or parents? कौन बताएगा बच्चों को कोई who do you think should teach children to respect teachers और इनकी पेरेंट्स इनकी रिस्पेक्ट करने के लिए किनकी रिस्पेक्ट करनी है किनकी टीचर्स की और पेरेंट्स की कौन बताएगा I think it is the joint responsibility of the parents as well as of the teachers because these are the two people children remain in contact with. At home, they are in contact with their parents, and in school, their second home, they remain in contact with the teachers. So, when parents and teachers say the same thing over and over again, so it becomes quite clear to a student that it is their moral duty to obey, to respect their teachers as well as parents. Because it is human brain when we listen to something again and again, then our brain gets trained and knows well that this is what he or she has to do. So I think it is the joint responsibility of teachers as well as parents to teach the children to respect the elders, to respect the teachers, or to respect the parents. Last question. What do you do when you have disagreement with your parents? This is very difficult situation for most of the children when they have disagreement with their parents. Generally, I listen to my parents and I obey them. Even if I don't like the idea, even if I don't like that particular decision. But yes, sometimes when I realize that it may not be possible for me to agree to them, I try to convince them, I try to give the arguments why that particular thing is not good for me. What would be its far reaching consequences? And my parents know it very well. What do they know? They know that I obey them most of the time. And if I'm trying to convince them, if I am having a different argument with them, then they also listen to me very patiently, and I'm able to convince them. But one thing is, first I listen to them. Most of the time, I agree with them. But sometime when I find that it is really something I shouldn't go for, I try to convince them, and my parents understand this. That's why most of the time they agree with me. So what this is the way you can answer these questions. And I think that these answers are quite logical, practical. So thank you for staying with me till the end of this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like the content, and also subscribe to this channel if you are new to it.